everyone, my name is Moss. Welcome back to my channel. Today is a very big day. I'm restarting my island. I just finished Solaris and we said goodbye to that island yesterday. And I just deleted all of my save data and I'm ready for a new island adventure. So I think that I am going to try and get some things that I want for this island. I'm so sorry about my voice. I just woke up. I'm nice and cozy here with a cup of coffee. It's about 9 a.m. Still in my pajamas. We're just having a cozy time. It might take me a while to get the things that I want for this island. As far as my map goes, I don't have a lot of strong preferences. I don't know, like I had my resident services really far from the airport on Wild's End and Solaris, I think. I feel like that's cool, but I wouldn't mind having it closer to the airport. And I kind of like having two south-facing river mouths, but again, that's not a huge deal for me. I would really like to have apples as my native fruit. I would also like to have a yellow airport, mostly just because I want the brown street lamps. I think that's the thing that I'm going to end up using the most. So yeah, we're hoping for a yellow airport, hoping for apples. It's so cute every time. Okay, hello, my name is Moss. Alright, I don't put my real birthday in this, so I think since this is my fall and winter island, I'm gonna do like the winter solstice as my birthday, because I did the summer solstice as my birthday on Solaris, which is the... wait, I need to look this up. Okay, I think that I'm going to make my eyes blue this time, because I actually have blue eyes in real life. I just chose the gray before because I thought that it looked cool, which it does, but I'm gonna make my character look a little bit more like me in real life. And I always do these eyes, and this mouth, I think it's so cute, and the triangle nose, so yeah. And I think I'm actually going to, oh yeah, that's cute. I'm gonna keep the hair like this, I think, because I do have a buzz cut in real life. Yeah, let's go with that. Cute. I'm gonna try and edit out all the coffee slurping ASMR. All right, let's see some maps. Okay, interesting. I kind of like this one because I like how resident services is like straight back from the airport. That would be conducive to a very symmetrical entrance, I feel like. But I also like this one. Like I said, I like two south-facing river mouths. These two are pretty similar. Like the cliffs are in kind of the same place and they have the two south river mouths. And this one has a little like natural island, much to think about. Yeah, I'm not super attached to any of these. I'm kind of gravitating towards this one, except I'm gonna talk about my theme in just a little bit, but it is gonna be sort of a town. And I feel like two south river mouths are more conducive to like symmetry. I don't necessarily like how far south the cliffs extend here, but it is interesting how they're all sort of clustered in this one corner of the island. The airport is just so far off to the side also in this one. It's in the center here, but it just bothers me how resident services is just slightly off from being in line with the airport on this one. God, I just really wish that you could move resident services. I think it's silly that you can't. Another thing about this is that the space on either side of the rivers, like the outside, the bottom corners, is just so small, you know? Obviously I could change the shape of the river, but it just feels it could interrupt larger builds. I'm sort of gravitating towards this one, actually. I'm gonna go with this for now. But if I don't get anything, if I don't get my yellow airport and apples and good villagers, then I might restart. I always answer this with food, but I think I'm gonna go with something different this time. I don't think this affects anything. I wish that like that question decided what color your airport was so that we could just choose. All right, here we go. Ah, brand new start. Oh shoot, I did not time travel to fall. Oh no, so I'm still in summer, yikes. Okay, what do I do here? I have a green airport. No, I'm restarting. I'm gonna time travel first because I did want it to be fall. I just completely forgot about that. I think I got cherries that time also. I didn't even pay attention to the fruit because I was so aghast that I had forgotten to time travel. I've seen lots of people talking online about whether or not to restart your island for the update. And I just want to say for the record that I don't have an opinion on that. And like, I don't play this game like a normal person. I play this game to make islands for YouTube, basically. So my plan the whole time was to restart as soon as I finished Solaris, and that just sort of happened to coincide with the update. Yeah, the way that I play this game is basically like I start an island, I work on it very intensively, like with the purpose of creating a finished dream address. And then once that's done, I put up the dream address and then restart. But I'm thinking that I will do that a little bit differently this time. I think that this island might end up being a little bit more long-term. I'm thinking of trying to keep this island for maybe a year, and maybe like redecorate it for spring when that time comes. Okay, here's our options this time. None of the resident services line up with the airport like the last one did. This is kind of nice. I can see potential with this one. Yeah, I'm feeling this. I feel like I could easily make this have plenty of uninterrupted space for larger builds. Small peninsula, but that's okay. Let's go with this one. Yeah, why not? All right, moment of truth. Peaches. Huh, okay. Not ideal. I had peaches on Solaris. I really was hoping for apples on this one, but if the airport is yellow, then we're keeping it. Ah, dang it. Oh, but these are really good villagers though. I love Renee and I've never had her before, and that's what's his name? Wait, who is this again? Oh, Sheldon. Okay. What do? I didn't get the fruit or the airport that I wanted, but I do kind of like this map, so I'm agonizing. This is so annoying. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bail on this one. Gonna bail Organa on this one. All right, this is round 3. Again, none of these are centered like that one in the first round was, which just frustrates me a little bit. Wow, I've got three maps with both south river mouths. This one's kind of strange. I don't like any of these, actually. Yeah, I think I've decided that I don't actually want to south-facing river mouths just because, like, they don't leave a lot of space on either side of them. And I want to leave as much open space as possible just because I have some kind of larger builds that I want to do, I guess. This has a short pier and kind of a smaller peninsula. I guess with this one, the entrance could sort of go straight back from the airport and then like branch off into resident services on the left and then a little villager neighborhood on the right. But it's just so close to the edge. I don't know if I like that. I don't know. I'd like a more centered airport, I guess. Yeah, I don't like any of these. Okay, oh my gosh, this is really far. Look how far that resident services is. I can't speak. From the airport. This is kind of an interesting river situation also. I like how structured this river is. I mean, whichever map I end up going with, I'm gonna completely rearrange how the rivers are probably, but I kind of like this. I'm thinking really hard. The thing with this resident services is that it's so close to the coast. I don't know. I don't feel like I want any major structures on my island to be like right next to the beach on this island. This is such an interesting arrangement. I've got some interesting rivers here to choose from. All right, I'm going to go ahead and eliminate that one because like I said, I actually don't want the 2 south-facing river mouths. I'm kind of leaning towards this one, except for, like I said, about resident services being really close to the beach. I kind of like the cliffs in this one. This is kind of cool because the resident services is right next to the peninsula, so that could be sort of incorporated into whatever build I do around resident services. So that might be cool. It's also a big peninsula and a longer pier. I see something. I see something in this map. I'm gonna go with this. Apples, 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 apples. Give some apples. Ah, oranges. Ah, that's really not the vibe. It's just not the vibe. Okay, if I get the yellow airport, I can deal with the oranges. God, but I've got Canberra and Boone. Yeah, I love Boone. Boone's great. Okay, I'm gonna look up the blue airport items and see if I could deal with them. Mostly just because I'm sick of redoing this over and over. At the blue airport, you get green street lamps and brown park clocks, which are the two things I'm interested in using a lot, I think. I don't know. I really wanted the brown street lamps. But the thing is, I actually have another island that like my girlfriend and I share on her Switch that we started when the game first came out, and we've never restarted that island. It's just going to be there. I sort of store things there, and it's just a nice backup to have while I'm sort of changing islands on my own Switch. And we have a yellow airport there, so I can get brown street lamps. It's just a hassle to not be able to just get them on my own island. I'm just gonna kind of explore around this map and just sort of feel it out for a minute. Because, like, I don't know. I don't want to keep doing this over and over again. I've restarted, I think this is the 4th time now, and I'm already so sick of it. Okay, this is very close to the peninsula, like I mentioned. All right, so I can see a good entrance here. Like, you know, go back and then this way to go to RS, and then this way to go to something else, like shopping or a neighborhood or something. I don't know though, because I didn't get the airport color or the fruit that I wanted, so maybe I should just keep trying. I do really like this map. Okay, I think that this is fine. I think I'm just gonna go with this because I don't know, I just feel really good about this map. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with this. I really don't want to give this map up, weirdly enough. And I like these starter villagers, I really do. Boone is one of my favorite jocks. I think that he's really cool. He's very well designed. All right, let's do it. All right, tent time. All right, so while I'm doing this, I am going to... Whoops, forgot about that. I love their little jackets. They're so cute, and their little scarves. So yeah, while I'm doing this part, I will talk about my new theme. But first, I'm gonna go get something to eat, because I've been here for a while. I'm having Halloween candy for breakfast because I'm an adult and no one can stop me. So yeah, the theme of this island. This island is going to be kind of a small town theme, like a modern but like rural US kind of small town mixed with kind of a fairy vibe, like a fairy woods kind of thing. I was really inspired by, there's this one book by Holly Black called The Darkest Part of the Forest. So not to go off on a big book tangent, but basically in this book, it takes place in a small town in, I think, the Pacific Northwest. And it's like all modern day and everything. And the characters are like in high school and stuff. But the town is sort of on the edge of this fairy forest kind of place. And they live in very close contact with the Fae. And the town is called Fairfalls. And that's kind of like, I'm just walking around. That's sort of the vibe that I'm going for. It's like rural, small town US meets fairy forest. I've been kind of inspired by, and I know that I have said before that I don't like the idea of like trying to have a one defined aesthetic that you stick to and everything. And I don't like cores and stuff, but I have been really inspired by the like fairy core aesthetic, but in a more like, I feel like what I'm going for is more like cozy fairy core rather than like the sort of pastel. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm just lining up all my tents on the beach as usual, just so they're not in the way when I start building. Let's go find Canberra. But yeah, I think the whole like cozy small town theme is something that is really popular right now, which I think is cool. A lot of people are sort of working with that right now, I feel like, as we transition into fall and winter. I think that we're going to have some interesting winter island concepts this year, because I think last year the dominating winter vibe was more, like I said, the sort of pastel fairy core type of vibe, at least what I was seeing. And this year I think we're just going to get some more like cozy winter town kind of vibes. I do have some dreamies that I want for this island, but I'm going to be pretty flexible since, like I said, I am planning to keep this island for a little bit longer than I kept my last 2 islands. All right, I need 10 sticks. Yeah, I'm sure you are. I kind of love the outfit that my character has been put in. Woo! Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Okay, this is where we name the island. I've been trying to think of a good name for this island for weeks, and it just, I don't know. Nothing feels completely right, but I do have an idea that I think I'm going to go with. So I wanted a name that had fair in it because of the whole like fairy kind of vibe. And what I've decided to go with is Fairfalls, because it's like a reference to that town from the book I was telling you about, Fairfold, but also Lex Play's Island Lost Falls, just paying a little bit of tribute to that, because that was really, that was kind of the island that got me inspired to even start a YouTube channel. Okay, now I'm stressed over whether it should be 1 word or 2. I kind of like 1 word. Okay, I've decided I like it better as 1 word, so we're going with Fairfalls. All right, yeah, no going back. Awesome beach. Woo, everyone loves me. I'm the boss of the island. Timmy's like, okay. This is so fun. I always love this part. The humble beginnings of an Animal Crossing island. The main villager that I really, really want on this island is Cherry. She's actually my favorite villager, and I've never had her before. Okay, I forgot where I put my tent. Here we go. I feel like I need that still. Yay, thanks, Tom. What are bells? Hey, Boone. Oh, thanks, man. Nice. Oh, that's great. I love this guy. Let's talk to Miss Canberra. Oh, that's sweet. Alright, so now of course I'm just going to be weeding and getting Nook Miles and learning the DIYs and everything like that. So I think that I'll probably just sign off for now and just do a bunch of this on my own. I'm thinking about maybe streaming soon. I still have never streamed on YouTube before, and it does make me a little nervous. So hopefully I'll be able to figure that out, and I can stream some of the beginning stuff of like collecting Nook Miles and getting to 3 stars and all the stuff I have to do before I can start building. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that y'all are excited about this new island, because I really am. If you haven't checked out my final tour of Solaris, that's up on my channel if you want to go and see that. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope that y'all have a great day. I can't wave goodbye because I don't have any reactions yet, but I'm just staring into my eyes. All right, goodbye.